20 Hollywood stars who have been married a shocking number of times. Welcome to our channel, Celebrities Today. We will explore the fascinating and often dramatic love lives of Hollywood's biggest stars, from short-lived flings to multiple marriages. These celebrities have been through it all. Get ready to discover the stories behind some of the most talked about relationships in show's history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the lives of your favorite stars. Barbara Walters, a pioneer of complicated marriages. Barbara Walters, the American television legend, a pioneer of women in journalism, also went through 3 marriages, including 2 to the same man. Her first marriage was to businessman Robert Henry Katz in 1955, but it quickly fell apart just 2 years later. In 1963, Walters married theater producer Lee Goober. They adopted a daughter named Jacqueline and lived together for more than a decade before divorcing in 1976. At the height of her career, Walters entered into a third marriage to financier Merv Adelson in 1981, then divorced, then remarried him in 1986. However, this reunion only lasted until 1992. Walters then chose to remain single. Despite not having a full family life, Barbara Walters left a brilliant legacy in television, interviewing world leaders, creating The View, and being an icon for breaking gender stereotypes. She openly admitted that her career caused her relationships to crumble. But for millions of women who came after her, Barbara Walters was more than just a journalist. She was a trailblazer, even if she sacrificed her heart along the way. Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet, the actress known for her roles in Titanic and The Reader, has been married 3 times, each marriage being associated with an important chapter in her career and personal life. Her first marriage took place in 1998 when she married director Jim Threppleton, whom she met on the set of Hideous Kinky. They had a daughter together, Mia. However, differences in life orientation gradually caused the relationship to crack, leading to divorce in 2001. Winslet later shared that their lives were going in different directions. In 2003, Winslet entered into a second marriage with Oscar-winning director Sam Mendes. The couple were not only husband and wife, but also work partners when Mendes directed her in Revolutionary Road, a profound work about marital stalemate. They have a son together, Joe. Although they were considered an ideal couple in the art world, they announced their separation in 2010, closing a chapter of cooperation that seemed to be sustainable. In 2012, Winslet remarried to Ned Rock'n'Roll, the grandson of billionaire Richard Branson. They met on a vacation at Branson's private island, and the relationship quickly blossomed into deep love. They have a son together, Bear. Winslet often speaks fondly of this relationship, describing Ned as a solid support in her life. She continues to maintain her peak acting career while also nurturing a warm family, making her an ideal model of balance between work and personal life in Hollywood. Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger, the talented star of Bridget Jones's Diary and Judy, has a love life that is as much in the public eye as her film career. Although she has only been married once, Renee has had a number of notable relationships. In 2005, she married country singer Kenny Chesney after a whirlwind romance that lasted just 4 months. The short-lived marriage became a hot topic in the press, especially when Zellweger filed for an annulment just a few months later, citing legal grounds of fraud. The term quickly sparked speculation, but Renee later clarified that it was simply a legal term in the state where she filed and did not imply any wrongdoing on Chesney's part. After her brief marriage, Renee largely withdrew from the media when it came to her private life. She has been romantically linked to actors Jim Carrey and Bradley Cooper, but has never been too public about them. While her love life remains a subject of speculation, Zellweger has continued to focus on her career, which culminated in an Oscar for her role as Judy Garland in Judy. While Hollywood is notoriously tough on middle-aged women, Renee proves that talent, grit, and discretion can still take an actress to the top, without sacrificing her privacy. Demi Moore. Demi Moore, one of Hollywood's most respected stars, has been through 3 marriages, each of which clearly depicts a different stage in her life and growth journey. She married musician Freddie Moore for the first time in 1980, when she was only 18 years old. Although the marriage only lasted 5 years, Demi kept the surname Moore as part of her growing career. Her second marriage to actor Bruce Willis in 1987 made them the golden couple of the 90s. They had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. Although they divorced in 2000, their relationship was admired for its harmony and peaceful parenting, a rarity in Hollywood. Demi's next love was with actor Ashton Kutcher, who was 15 years her junior. Their relationship was thoroughly exploited by the media, from public appearances to everyday photos. They married in 2005, but after many rumors of infidelity, they divorced in 2013. After the breakup, Demi openly recounted her trauma in her memoir Inside Out, making the book a bestseller and helping the public better understand the real person behind the halo. Despite going through dark times, Demi Moore is still a symbol of strength, courage, and the ability to regenerate in the turbulent showbiz. Halle Berry, the Oscar-winning actress for Monsters Ball and an irreplaceable beauty icon of Hollywood, has been married 3 times and has experienced many ups and downs in her love life. Halle's first marriage was to baseball player David Justice in 1993. Although initially admired as the ideal couple, they divorced after 4 years. Berry shared that this was a deeply traumatic time, causing her to face doubts about herself. In 2001, she married musician Eric Benet. However, the marriage was quickly affected by Benet's infidelity. Despite trying everything, including therapy and efforts to mend the relationship, Berry had to let go, officially divorcing in 2005. This relationship made her lose faith in marriage, even though she always longed for a complete family. In 2013, Berry married French actor Olivier Martinez. They had a son together, and many believed that Berry had finally found happiness. But by 2015, they were divorced, citing irreconcilable differences. Despite her failed love life, Halle Berry has remained steadfast in her privacy, focusing on raising her 2 children and continuing her acting career with poise and strength. As of May 2025, Halle Berry is not married. She is in a long-term relationship with musician Van Hunt, which began in 2020. Despite an unofficial commitment ceremony performed by her son in 2021, the two are not legally married. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, one of the most powerful movie stars in the world, has a marriage life as tumultuous as the action scenes in Mission Impossible. Tom's first marriage was to actress Mimi Rogers in 1987. It was Rogers who introduced him to the Scientology sect, which later had a huge impact on his life and career. They divorced after 3 years, and that same year, Cruz reached the peak of his fame with Days of Thunder. It was also on the set of that film that he met Nicole Kidman. They married in 1990 and became one of Hollywood's most powerful couples for the decade. The couple adopted 2 children, Isabella and Connor, but in 2001, they filed for divorce. Cruz and Kidman have never publicly stated the reason for their split, but the media has speculated that Tom's devotion to Scientology was one of the main reasons. After a brief period of being single, Tom surprised the world by publicly dating Katie Holmes with a famous chair-jumping performance on the famous Oprah show. They married in 2006 and had a daughter, Suri. However, the marriage ended in 2012 when Katie suddenly filed for divorce, an action that many believed was to protect her daughter from the influence of Scientology. Since then, Tom has kept a more private life, although he still maintains a strong position in the global film industry. Drew Barrymore, the beloved actress and producer who made her mark with roles in E.T., Never Been Kissed, and The Wedding Singer, has been through 3 marriages, each reflecting a different chapter in her life. Her first marriage took place in 1994, when she was just 19, to Welsh bar owner Jeremy Thomas. However, the marriage lasted only a few months before Barrymore filed for divorce, reflecting her instability and rebellious youth in the bright lights of Hollywood. Barrymore's second marriage was to comedian Tom Green, her Charlie's Angels co-star, in 2001. Their eccentric relationship quickly became a media sensation, but the marriage ended within a year. Despite this, the two still speak fondly of each other, acknowledging that their lives had taken them in different directions. Barrymore's third marriage to art consultant Will Koppelman began in 2012 and produced two adorable daughters, Olive and Frankie. She strives to be a devoted mother while also maintaining her acting career. Although they divorced in 2016, Barrymore and her ex-husband maintain a positive co-parenting relationship. She now focuses on raising her children and developing her own lifestyle brand, continuing to assert her status as a graceful and powerful Hollywood icon. Jane Fonda, iconic actress, activist, and fitness guru, Jane Fonda has had three marriages, each of which marked a major turning point in her personal and professional journey. In 1965, Fonda married French director Roger Vadim and had a daughter, Vanessa. Their relationship was deeply influenced by Vadim's traditional views on gender roles, which Fonda later admitted left her yearning for greater personal freedom. After their divorce in 1973, Fonda found a new voice and direction in her life. Soon after, she married activist Tom Hayden, a prominent political figure in the anti-war movement during the Vietnam War. The marriage lasted 17 years, producing a biological son and an adopted daughter. The two shared deep social ideals, but differences in lifestyle and direction led to their separation in 1990. Her third marriage was to media mogul Ted Turner, founder of CNN, in 1991. They were a power couple for a time, but after a decade, Fonda realized that their differences in values were an insurmountable barrier. Although they divorced in 2001, they remained friendly. Today, Fonda has embraced her single life to the fullest, continues to lead many social movements, from feminism to the environment, and remains an irreplaceable icon of both Hollywood and global social activism. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez, a global icon in music, film, and fashion, has been married 4 times, each of which has attracted significant media attention. Her first marriage in 1997 to Cuban waiter Ojani Noah lasted less than a year. This was followed by a series of tense legal battles when Noah attempted to publish a book revealing Lopez's private life. In 2001, she married dancer Chris Judd, whom she met while filming the music video for Love Don't Cost a Thing. Although romantic and inspiring at first, the marriage lasted only 2 years and ended amid intense media scrutiny. Her third marriage to singer Mark Anthony in 2004 marked a more stable period. They have twins Max and Emma and have collaborated on several artistic projects. After 7 years, they separated in 2011 and officially divorced in 2014. Despite the breakup, they still maintain a close relationship and take care of their children together. In 2022, Lopez reunited with Ben Affleck, a love that caused a stir in the early 2000s, and the two held an emotional wedding after nearly 2 decades apart. That perfect love story moved fans and made them believe in fate. Amidst many ups and downs, Lopez proved her ability to constantly reincarnate, both as a devoted mother, a talented artist, and a global beauty icon. Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith, the actress known for films such as Working Girl and Something Wild, has been married 4 times to 3 different men, reflecting the ups and downs of her personal and professional life. Her first marriage was in 1976 to actor Don Johnson when she was just 18. Despite the Hollywood romance, they quickly split after just 6 months. But the romance didn't stop there. Johnson would return to her life later. In 1981, Griffith married Stephen Bauer and had their first son, Alexander. The marriage lasted nearly a decade, but coincided with Griffith's struggles with drug addiction, which had a profound impact on her relationships. In 1989, Griffith remarried Don Johnson, and this time they had a daughter, Dakota Johnson, now a major star herself. However, the relationship could not avoid the pressure of career, family life, and old addictions. They divorced again in 1996. That same year, Griffith married Spanish actor Antonio Banderas. This relationship was like a romantic dream that lasted nearly 20 years, with a daughter, Stella. Although divorced in 2015, they remain good friends and raise their children together. Griffith now lives a more private life, but is still a symbol of resilience to overcome the storms of personal life to affirm his name in the hearts of fans. Frank Sinatra. The glory and the love affairs of many levels. Frank Sinatra, the irreplaceable icon of American music and cinema, went through 4 marriages, each like a vivid movie chapter reflecting the ups and downs of his career and personal life. His first marriage to Nancy Barbado began in 1939, when he was still an ambitious young singer. They had 3 children, and although they divorced in 1951, Nancy remained his life partner, whom he always respected, regularly provided for, and maintained a close relationship with. Soon after that, he married the actress Ava Gardner, a passionate but also stormy love affair. Their love was intense but not long-lasting, breaking up after 6 years full of conflicts, passion, and many struggles. His third marriage to Mia Farrow in 1966 caused a stir in public opinion because of the age gap of up to 3 decades. Although they only lasted 2 years, they maintained a close friendship afterward. Finally, his marriage to Barbara Marx from 1976 was a peaceful support in Sinatra's final years. Barbara was said to be the person who brought him the most peace and the strongest spiritual support. Sinatra's love affairs, from passionate to broken, always went hand in hand with the halo of his career, creating a rich inner life that audiences still mention with admiration and regret. Liza Minnelli, 4 marriages, an unscripted life. Liza Minnelli, daughter of the legendary Judy Garland, has had 4 marriages, each a piece that fully reflects the brilliance and fragility of a great star. Her first marriage to artist Peter Allen lasted from 1967 to 1974. Although Allen later came out as gay, they remained close friends, a testament to a love that transcended the prejudices of the time. Liza then married director Jack Haley Jr., the son of the actor who played the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, further highlighting the strange connection between her life and her mother's legacy. However, differences in lifestyle and work schedule caused the marriage to end after 5 years. The third marriage to sculptor Mark Garrow lasted 13 years, the longest and also during which she struggled with addiction. Despite their split, Garrow remains a major influence in her life. Her last marriage to producer David Guest in 2002 ended in a tumultuous affair, with the pair locked in a whirlwind of lawsuits and accusations. The once grand wedding is now a chaotic memory. Gina Davis, from the red carpet to mother and activist Gina Davis, the talented Oscar-winning actress, is known not only for her powerful roles, but also for her complicated personal journey through 4 marriages. Her first husband was Richard Emilo, a short-lived marriage that lasted only a year, right when she was starting to make her way in Hollywood. The second love affair with Jeff Goldblum, a colleague on the set of The Fly, became a famous couple in the 80s. Despite their strong on-screen connection, the marriage ended after 5 years, but they remained friends. After that, Davis married director Rennie Harlan, who directed her in daring action films. But commercial failure and professional pressure led to their divorce in 1998. Her last marriage to surgeon Reza Jarrahi lasted 17 years and produced 3 children. However, when they divorced, Davis surprisingly announced that they had never been officially married, creating a long-running legal dispute. Alongside her acting career, Davis has become involved in gender equality by founding the Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media, a relentless effort to reshape the way women are portrayed in the entertainment industry. Christie Brinkley, ageless beauty and 4 challenging marriages. Christie Brinkley, the legendary supermodel of the 80s, is not only famous for her radiant beauty and illustrious career, but also for her 4 marriages that attracted as much media attention as her catwalks. The first marriage to French artist Jean-François Allot lasted for 8 years, a secret relationship taking place when Brinkley's name had not really exploded. But the increasingly shining spotlight gradually made her private life no longer peaceful. In 1985, Christie married musician Billy Joel, one of the most iconic love affairs in the entertainment industry. Joel once wrote the hit song Uptown Girl, inspired by her, a radiant, vibrant image. They have a daughter, Alexa Ray Joel. Despite their passionate love and creative commitment, the marriage ended in 1994. However, the two remained on good terms, often appearing together to support their daughter. Just months after her split from Billy Joel, Brinkley remarried real estate businessman Richard Taubman. They had a son, Jack Paris Brinkley. But the haste of the marriage led to a swift end after less than a year. Brinkley later admitted that they were not compatible from the start. Her fourth marriage, to architect Peter Cook in 1996, seemed to be the final stop. They had a daughter, Sailor Brinkley Cook, and seemed to have built a solid family. But in 2008, everything collapsed when Cook's affair was publicly revealed. Christie, with calmness and strength, overcame the incident by focusing on her children and career, showing an image that was not only beautiful on the outside but also resilient on the inside. William Shatner. Behind the Captain Kirk suit is a broken heart. William Shatner, the legendary man of the Star Trek series, has been through 4 marriages, each reflecting a life as deep and complex as his lifelong role. His first marriage to actress Gloria Rand in 1956 lasted 13 years, and they had 3 daughters together. But the halo of the role of Captain Kirk and the busy schedule gradually distanced Shatner from his family, and the two separated in 1969. His second marriage to Marcy Lafferty from 1973 to 1996 was the longest he was with one person. Although they had no children together, they overcame many ups and downs in their careers, before quietly divorcing after 23 years together. In 1997, Shatner married Noreen Kidd, a relationship that ended in tragedy. Noreen struggled with alcoholism, and just 2 years later, she drowned in her home. The loss devastated Shatner, but he quickly turned his grief into action, actively campaigning to raise awareness about addiction, hoping to help save other lives. In 2001, he married horse trainer Elizabeth Martin for the 4th time. Sharing a passion for animals, they were together for 18 years before separating in 2019. Despite being over 90 years old, Shatner still appears regularly on screen, constantly working, charity work, and inspiring with his own perseverance. Angelina Jolie, the sad beauty of rebellious marriages. Angelina Jolie, a famous name not only associated with her cinematic talent, but also a model of rebellious beauty and strong humanitarian spirit. But behind that halo are 3 marriages that the whole world is constantly talking about. The first time Jolie got married was in 1996, when she married British actor Johnny Lee Miller, her co-star in the movie Hackers. They were the embodiment of impulsive youth when Jolie shocked the public by wearing a white shirt with Miller's name on it on their wedding day. Despite their personality and differences, the marriage only lasted 3 years and ended in silence in 1999. Less than a year later, Jolie shocked Hollywood again when she married actor Billy Bob Thornton in 2000. This strange and haunting relationship was famous for its eccentricity. They wore vials of each other's blood as a crazy declaration of love. Despite their deep bond, that marriage quickly fell apart in 2003. Then came the most shocking love story of all, Brad Pitt. They met in 2004 on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, when Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston. Brangelina, the media nickname they gave them, became Hollywood's most powerful couple. They had 6 children together, 3 biological, 3 adopted, and officially married in 2014. But just 2 years later, they filed for divorce in a bitter custody battle that was so long and so public that it never really ended. Through all the breakups and public scrutiny, Jolie has remained steadfast. She has chosen to focus on her family and humanitarian work, rather than rushing into new relationships. In a world of turmoil, Jolie has become a symbol of strength, independence, and the ability to move on from trauma with pride. Britney Spears, 3 times a wife in the battle to regain herself. Britney Spears, the pop princess of a generation, not only made the world dance with hits like Baby One More Time or Toxic, but also made fans' hearts ache with the storms in her married and personal life. In 2004, at the age of 22, Britney caused a stir when she suddenly married her childhood friend, Jason Allen Alexander, in Las Vegas. No wedding dress, no white dress, just 2 wild children in a moment of impulsiveness. But that wedding only lasted exactly 55 hours, then was canceled. In the same year, she married dancer Kevin Federline for the 2nd time, a true whirlwind love affair. They had 2 children, Sean Preston and Jaden James. But then the spotlight seemed not to be enough to keep them together. The marriage broke up in 2006, followed by a fierce legal battle over child custody. Federline won custody, while Spears suffered a severe mental breakdown. The image of her shaving her head in the middle of the night and being held captive by her biological father became a heartbreaking symbol of losing control. After years of struggle, in 2022, Spears did something miraculous. She regained control of her life after 13 years under conservatorship, and she chose to marry for the third time, this time to personal trainer Sam Asghari, who had been with her through her darkest days. The wedding was private and intimate, seemingly opening a new chapter. But just a year later, they divorced in 2023, ending what seemed like a peaceful marriage. From a teen icon to a woman who has never stopped fighting for her freedom, Britney Spears is a living testament to the resurrection. No matter how many times she falls, she always gets back up with her inner strength and voice. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, the famous reality TV star and powerful businesswoman, has gone through 3 marriages, each of which became the focus of global media attention. Her first marriage took place in 2000, when she was just 19 years old. Kim married music producer Damon Thomas. However, this relationship was soon covered by serious instability. Kim later revealed that she had suffered mental abuse during this time. They divorced in 2004, right when Kim began to reach fame, gradually building her personal brand in the entertainment and business industries. In 2011, Kim entered into her second marriage to NBA player Kris Humphries. Their lavish wedding was widely televised on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, attracting millions of viewers. However, just 72 days later, Kim filed for divorce, and the matter quickly became a media joke. Ironically, the divorce proceedings lasted longer than the couple had been legally married. Kim's third marriage was to rapper Kanye West in 2014, a relationship that was both artistic and a union of 2 pop culture icons. The couple had 4 children together: North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. For years, Kim Ye became a model for a modern celebrity marriage that was challenging, but always under the scrutiny of the media. In 2021, Kim officially filed for divorce, ending a tumultuous journey. The divorce attracted attention not only because of the couple's fame, but also because of Kanye's mental health issues, which were made public during the separation. Charlie Sheen, rebel talent and scandal-ridden marriages. Charlie Sheen, one of the most recognizable faces on American television, once dominated the small screen with the series 2.5 Men and made a strong impression in Platoon. But like the character he played, famous, unruly, and troubled, Sheen's married life was a long series of chaos and scandal. Sheen first married in 1995 to model Donna Peel. However, just a year later, the marriage fell apart when Sheen was involved in scandals related to prostitutes and stimulants. The divorce was quick, but the consequences left a lasting impact on his reputation. In 2002, Sheen entered into a second marriage with actress Denise Richards. The couple had a glamorous appearance, 2 beautiful daughters, Sam and Lola, and attracted a lot of public attention. But behind the Hollywood charm was a troubled family life. In 2005, Richards filed for divorce, accusing Sheen of a dangerous lifestyle involving drugs and violence. The dramatic split was followed by a series of legal battles over child custody and property. Not stopping there, Sheen went on to marry Brooke Muller in 2008 and had twins, Bob and Max. But the old problems did not go away. Just 3 years later, in 2011, his third marriage ended amid domestic violence, substance abuse, and legal intervention. Amidst the swirl of scandal and public struggles with HIV, Sheen did not disappear from the entertainment industry. He continued to attract attention with shocking statements, an unconventional lifestyle, and an unpredictable public image. Despite the criticism, Sheen remains a living symbol of Hollywood rebellion, someone who may have fallen many times, but never completely disappeared. Sean Penn, the rebel with 3 marriages in the heart of Hollywood storm. Sean Penn, Hollywood's most charismatic actor and filmmaker, not only impressed with his heavy-hitting roles, but also made the media unable to take their eyes off his tumultuous personal life. He went through 3 marriages, each of which was a shock to the public. The first marriage took place in 1985, when Penn married pop queen Madonna. They quickly became the power couple of the 80s, passionate, hot but also full of trouble. The media followed their every move, while behind the flashbulbs were fierce conflicts and arguments that were rumored by the press for a long time. Finally, after 4 years of turmoil, the marriage ended in divorce in 1989. 7 years later, in 1996, Penn entered a deeper relationship with actress Robin Wright, whom he had been involved with before. They had 2 children together, Dylan and Hopper, and built a home together that was quite private compared to their reputation. However, the marriage was not without its ups and downs, with breaks and reunions lasting more than a decade. By 2010, they officially separated amicably, but remained committed to raising their children together. In 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, Penn once again entered into marriage, this time to Layla George, a young Australian actress 31 years his junior. The wedding was secret, simple, and discreet, but just 2 years later, they divorced for the reason of irreconcilable differences. The marriage ended as quietly as it began. In love as well as in his career, Sean Penn has always lived with intense passion, whether on screen, in political activities, or in fierce marriages. Perhaps it is this conflict that has turned him into a reckless but inescapable icon in Hollywood. David Hasselhoff, Glory, Storms, and a Late Love. David Hasselhoff, the name associated with iconic roles in Knight Rider and Baywatch, is not only famous on screen, but also makes the public curious about his ups and downs in love life. He has gone through 3 marriages, each with its own story, a tumultuous chapter in his life novel. The first marriage was with actress Catherine Hicklin in 1984. It was a seemingly promising relationship, but only lasted 5 years before ending in 1989. Not long after, Hasselhoff found love again with Pamela Bach, an actress and also his longest companion. They got married that same year and built a small family together with 2 daughters, Taylor and Haley. To the public, they were once the model of Hollywood happiness, but inside there were simmering conflicts. In 2006, after 16 years of marriage, the couple officially divorced in a noisy and controversial separation, which led to years of complicated litigation. After all the breakups, Hasselhoff did not give up hope of love. In 2011, while filming Britain's Got Talent, he met Welsh model Hayley Roberts. They met, fell in love, and spent 7 years getting to know each other, overcoming a 27-year age gap and public prejudice. Finally, in 2018, during a romantic picnic in Malibu, he proposed to her, and they held a sweet wedding in Italy. Hasselhoff once shared that this marriage brought him a peace that he had never had in his previous life. Today, though his life is a balance between screen nostalgia and everyday reality, Hasselhoff remains an enduring Hollywood icon, not only for his brilliant career, but also for his challenging love life and enduring strength. Hollywood is more than just the spotlight, the red carpet, and the fame. Behind the bright smiles are countless personal tragedies, tumultuous marriages, and broken hearts. But it is these ups and downs that create depth for the legends, making us remember them not only for their talent, but also for the real people behind the halo. If you want to discover more untold stories, the secrets behind Hollywood fame, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a comment about the character you want to tell next. Thanks for watching.